Awesome. So we have the September 14th cluster add-ons meeting here, recording just going up for YouTube and everything. And it's a good thing because Justin was just mentioning that PR 177 on the KubeBuilder declarative pattern repo is to propose that Ato 88 be an approver there. So thanks to Ato for all of the awesome contributions there. The people who would be approving or like +1 on that would be you, Justin, as well as Jeff, right?
I think you could, I mean,
I
yeah, I think you're pretty more, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, cool. I'll go ahead and add my +1 as well. And then we were on the topic of approvers. We were just talking about how Daniel here on the call, Daniel Holbach has approver access, I think, to cluster add-ons, or maybe it's just reviewer. We should probably go check. Yeah. And that I think I don't, but
you do. I just checked. Yeah, I just noticed because I was often flagged in PRs, and I often needed to uncc myself because I didn't know what to do about the. So you are part of this, so that's
okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, it's been a bit since I've looked at this repository. So let's see. Yeah, I'm listed as an approver here. Okay. Daniel, did you want to be removed from that list?
Yeah, as I said, I often didn't feel really comfortable commenting on PRs, and I mean, I'm happy to ping people about PRs or and add others, but I don't know. Originally, I planned to contribute more in the realms of docs and writing things up and moving issues around, but in the end we didn't really use a lot of project management or issues a lot, so that wasn't really necessary.
Yeah, we had like a few kind of central development efforts, but like they were kind of a lot of satellite projects and issues. We had that one quick thing that we were doing. Well, it was a pretty significant effort for Kubernetes like quite a while back, and that would have fit into tracking issues and cluster add-ons. But for the most part, there's code landing in other places. So, okay. Right. And then those were kind of the two topics that we brought up just before we started recording. We have just a handful of folks on the call here, so it might be rather quick unless anyone has other things that they wanted to bring up. And I don't see Evan on here, so I'm assuming that we're not getting a demo of Ruckpack, so that'll stay in the future topics list.
If I may, I'll just bring up the that PR that merged this morning. Thank you for that. That is so Addons 88 did find that issue a while ago. It wasn't clear to me until I actually tried putting some of the cluster add-ons into KOps what the problem was, and then I found them. So thank you to Addons for finding that.
And that's 173 on the KubeBuilder declarative pattern repo.
Correct.
Fix the namespace with the applier.
We had an issue where if your manifest didn't include a namespace, it was not working with the direct applier, which was also now the default in newer versions of KubeBuilder declarative pattern. But
I see. Brilliant.
The backdrop to all of these is that we're getting pretty close to getting it integrated into KOps. I'm making some changes in KubeBuilder to do, to update for some of these changes, finding some issues with all this stuff. So I think it's all like positive news on actually getting our first one in there. Fingers crossed. Maybe maybe in 2 weeks we will have actual news. We'll see, but maybe in 2 weeks.
That's brilliant. I mean, it's been a long road here, so the fact that we're still making steady progress and realizing the technical portions of the implementation, that's really cool. And it's also so you said 2 weeks because we'll meet again in 2 weeks. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Justin. All right. So we talked about.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, would this maybe then be something we would want to announce, like in the KubeCon project updates, or am I getting ahead of myself?
That's a good thing to be thinking about. I think that, Justin, would you say that when we get that first add-on merged into COPS, we would want to definitely bubble up to the SIG updates, and then
Yes. Is this the bi-weekly one, or is this a more, which update are you talking about?
I just heard it in the Flux project that the CNCF were basically asking what we want to report at KubeCon time. So they were basically asking for your project, like what's been happening. I was wondering if what we want to report from cluster add-ons.
it's certainly something that. Oh, is there like a specific request from the CNCF blog or something, Daniel? Sorry, I don't know about it.
I haven't followed. I don't know on which mailing list this would happen for Kubernetes, but for the CNCF projects like Flux, we've been asked like to provide an update.
I see. Yeah, I know that we can just send out stuff to the Kubernetes mailing list, and that usually comes through SIG cluster lifecycle, right, Justin? So like,
it usually does. I mean, I think I think it'd be a great thing to. I will work towards getting that to make it real. And yes, it would be great if we could have it in time for KubeCon, which I can't remember the days, but yeah, it's also pre-recorded, so I don't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah, KubeCon is still from today. It's like Tuesday of KubeCon, which is mostly the first day of conference. Like after the contributor summit, it'd be 1, 2, 3. It's still 4 weeks.
If I can recall correctly, our videos were supposed to be in this week, though. You can probably infer from that
yeah,
I haven't done mine.
I think that both of the sessions that I promised to were in person, so we don't have recordings. So I didn't even know that. Is that?
Are you going in person? Wow, that's great.
I am still going in person because I made plans to just drive out to LA. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
We're building a micro camper in a full-size SUV, so it doesn't involve being on planes or anything. But yeah, so we'll see how much in-person stuff is happening there, or how much in-person stuff I'll participate with. But I'll show up for the talks that I said I would do. Daniel, this is unrelated to the cluster add-ons call, but we should probably figure out what to do about the Flux maintainer session, since I imagine most people won't be there.
Let's take it to Slack later on.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll send you a DM because I haven't talked with your friends in a bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and yeah, coming back to the question of what we report as class add-ons, like if we're too late, then let's just wait until Justin made COP support real, and then we'll make sure to report widely.
Yeah, it's certainly something that can go in like the project update talk from KubeCon, right? Like that's if it's just in the notes there, and yeah, we can all talk about it at that meeting.
And thanks a lot, Justin, for your work on this. Like it's been a long time coming. It took quite some perseverance.
Well, thank you all. It's good. It's a really nice platform at the end of the day. It's like it's so close, and like when I get it like working like little bits of it, I'm like, wow, this is nice. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like from the very beginning of the effort, right? Like we really tried to justify like why was this approach with creating declarative operators going to be worth it? What sort of tooling would we need to make it not suck? Because there were plenty of things that would get in the way. And so, yeah, approaching the ability to do that and then have it as part of the installer flow, managing multiple clusters in AWS and whatever would be, yeah, really nice. So super cool. All right, friends. So we talked about the approver stuff a bit. I will add my +1 on the declarative pattern repo. We got that fix merged in. Thanks out to Otto for the review, and a little bit of KubeCon and yeah, project communication stuff. So anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, lovely to see your faces, and we'll check back again in 2 weeks. Of course, also async and Slack. Cheers.
Super.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye.